the FDA.
Welcome to the Food and Drug Administration. You may find additional information while visiting our FDA website at www.fda.gov. If this is a life-threatening emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you're a physician calling for an emergency IND, hang up and dial 855-543-3784. To report an emergency that involves food, drugs, medical devices, dietary supplements, or cosmetics, press 1. To submit a report to FDA's MedWatch program of a serious adverse event and or side effect that you suspect is associated with a drug, medical device, food, dietary supplement, or
That's
cosmetic,
2, I guess.
press 2. Welcome to MedWatch, the Food and Drug Administration's adverse event reporting program, where you can submit reports of serious adverse events, side effects, product quality problems, or medication errors that you suspect are associated with food, drugs, biological products, medical devices, dietary supplements, or cosmetics. You may also submit your report on our website at www.fda.gov/medwatch, or download and print a copy of the reporting form, then complete and return it to the FDA by mail or fax. To notify FDA of an emergency involving a food, drug, or medical device, contact the Office of Emergency Operations by pressing 1 or by calling 1-866-300-4374. If you're experiencing a life-threatening emergency, please hang up and dial 911. To request a reporting form and instructions by mail or fax, press 2. To submit a report, press 3. To speak with an FDA representative about FDA-regulated products or programs, or to request information, press 4. For information about human drugs, press 1. Your call may be monitored or recorded.
That's good.
For insurance purposes.
Record this.
Thank you for calling the FDA. You have reached the Division of Drug Information. This is Catherine. May I please have your name and a callback number in case we get disconnected?
Yes, it's Gary Thompson, THMPSON, and the phone number 647 864 6609.
6609. Okay, how can I help you today?
Well, Scott Gottlieb, the commissioner, press release January the 17th, said this is the first time that the FDA's got actively involved in publishing a protocol to do with naloxone. And so you go and you look at the protocol on the FDA site. For naloxone, there's no mention of respiratory assist. Yeah. And everybody knows that's wrong. They're handing out this to the lay persons. You know, all the signs of drug overdose. The patient's in a coma, labored breathing, cyanotic, pinpoint pupils, chain strokes, respiration, and then no breathing. So what happens is, this has been going on for years. Layperson can't diagnose the cause of a respiratory emergency, so they're withholding the breath of life from everyone, causing brain damage, organ damage. Yeah. And in the instructions that on the FDA's protocol, it says just keep giving them more naloxone, more naloxone. Well, that's not good medicine to keep giving people naloxone without air. Because a lot of times naloxone doesn't work. Got that fentanyl out there and polydrug overdose, an overdose.
How would you like the FDA to help you today?
Well, I'd like the FDA to change their protocol up on their website. Because I know all kinds of people.
I could transfer you over to someone who could answer questions about that. Would you like me to transfer you over?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, give me one moment.
Thank you. Yes, Joy, it's Gary Thompson. The phone number is 647-864-6609.
Thank you, sir. How can I help you?
Well, Scott Gottlieb, the commissioner, made a press release January the 19th about naloxone, and he says this is the first time that the FDA's got actively involved in a protocol for naloxone. So you go to the FDA's website,
Yes, sir.
and their monograph instructions protocol, no mention of rescue breathing at all. Yeah. So I've been trying to stop this for years. I've been publishing all the medical journals about it. Because when you empower laypersons what they think is a life-saving technique, you know, the patient's on a respiratory emergency, and then withhold rescue breathing, they're doing it. And not only to drug overdoses, anybody else with a respiratory emergency. Jeepers, there's all kinds of people in the morgue that shouldn't be there. Because a lot of times people leave their naloxone elsewhere, right? And so they're just watching them die, waiting for 911 to show up. And then there's many, many health districts that teach chest compressions only. Yeah, all the signs and symptoms of a drug overdose. I've taken this training many times. Since 2011, I was published in the Resuscitation Guidelines, Emergency Medicine News, British Medical Journal, Medscape. When the Commissioner Scott made his press release, I'm the only comment up on the hospital's website about it.
Okay. Well, I've noted your concerns, and I will submit them.
Yeah, well, I've phoned you guys years ago, and I've got incident reports from Adapt Pharma, the manufacturers of the nasal. Yeah, well, everybody knows it wrong. Because the FDA's giving this information out to the pharmacists, right? To train people, and every pharmacist knows it's wrong.
All right, sir. Well, I'll definitely note your concerns.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you want my email address?
Sure.
J, the letter J, Gary, Gary, dot Thompson, THOMPSON, at mail, MAIL, dot the letter U, Toronto.ca.
Okay, I have jgary.thompson@mail.utoronto.ca.
That's the one, and you want to look all the information up? I was at a coroner's inquest that ended December 20th. Dr. Aaron Orkin, he's co-author of the 2015 AHA guidelines on opiate overdose. He's one of the co-authors. He was on the stand under testimony. He says first aid, rescue breathing saves lives. Because in the AHA guidelines, it says to give full CPR. Naloxone, full CPR. More naloxone, more full CPR. Well, naloxone's not a cardiac medication. Yeah. So he's changed his mind. The guy threatened my life years ago. Dr. Orkin. Yeah, I know, he's crazy. It's a respiratory emergency. Treat acute respiratory failure. Because if a person's heart stops secondary to respiratory arrest, they're in big doo-doo. They need advanced cardiac life support methods, and their prognosis is very, very poor. Yeah, I don't know. So at Gary CPR, check it all out for yourself. We had 1,000 doctors went to the legislature, the government building, August 28, 2017. 1,000 doctors signed a letter, and we had to sit down with the premier, that's like a U.S. governor, and told her to stop murdering everyone. Our morgues are full of non-drug overdoses. Because you empower laypersons what they think is a life-saving technique. Up here in Canada, they're teaching chest compressions. They're giving chest compressions only to everybody. The Heart and Stroke Foundation wrote them a letter and said, stop killing everybody. Gee. Yeah, I know it's not good. There's places down in the States. In the 2015 AHA guidelines that I published they had Dr. Daly. He's an emergency physician down there in New York State. He's quoted in there. He says, "Oh, I trained the police officers to give chest compressions only for an opiate overdose." Every cop's got his first aid knows that's wrong. Anyway, you have a good one. I'm just trying to save lives, and it's a no-brainer because Boy Scouts and Girl Guides get their first aid badge, and they know it's rescue breathing. Yeah, I know. And the pharmacists are all making themselves sick, handing out that information. And the more the pharmacists hand out that information, the more likely it's going to backfire and happen to one of the pharmacist's family members. Jeebers. Yeah, there's a lot of poisonings going on. 8 children get poisoned all the time. They eat anything. Poisoning, you better give them some Airby's Blue, right? Cyanotic. Hypoxic. Anyway, are you looking at the FDA's monograph for the naloxone?
Actually, what I'm looking at right now is your Twitter feed.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, share it around.
Okay.
This is a no-brainer. Have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Yeah, bye-bye, Joy. It sounds dumb. Kill them all on purpose.